tried to attempt to fix my crooked glasses that I think slept on or something. We'll just take them off. I don't need to see them. Anyway, welcome to the Nation's post game show. We are your host. I am TJ Kern. That is Blake Hartsfield. Blake, the Red Raiders get a victory today. It was ugly, but they get a victory nonetheless, 66-59 over newcomer to the Big 12, UCF today, improving their record to 17-6 overall, and I believe 6-4 in the conference.
Yeah, TJ, this was as we talked about on our podcast and on our post game the other night. This was an absolute must win. They needed to stop the bleeding, having dropped 3 in a row coming into this game. UCF, while better than advertised, it's a game that you expect to win at home, and they take care of business. TJ, they go wire to wire in this one. They never trailed. It ends up only being a 7-point win, and a little frustrating at times because it felt like it was a game that the Red Raiders should have been way more ahead than they ended up being. Just mental mistakes and self-inflicted wounds, allowing UCF to kind of hang around and be dangerous in the last 4 minutes of the game. But they do get it done. They get the win. They move to 6-4. And TJ, as we've said, they're in the business of counting wins and counting specifically Big 12 wins as they march towards March. And this gets you 6 Big 12 wins. You need 4 more. So check box.
Definitely a win you had to have. I don't think it was the layup that we expected. Their length kind of bothered us a little bit. Pop Isaac struggled in the first half. Chance McMillan struggled in the first half. Joe Toussaint continues to struggle. We can touch on him in a minute. But let's give the kudos to the man that kept us in this ball game in that first half. And how about Kerwin Walton?
TJ Kerwin was outstanding in that first half. I think he goes 4 of 5 from 3. It gives this team some much needed offense early in the game when things were a little sluggish as they reintegrated Warren Washington into the lineup, who also had a nice game tonight, a double-double, I believe, 10-10. And just kind of a balanced game overall scoring, TJ. You get, 10 from Warren Washington, 13 from Darion Williams. I thought he had a really nice game, particularly late for whatever reason. Yeah, well, for whatever reason, UCF went to that 3-2 zone, and they were able to get a couple of possessions, able to get Darion Williams the ball kind of at the free throw line. He was wide open. He made a big shot late. Pop Isaacs only scores 7, and this team finds a way to win. I think that's encouraging, right? That's obviously a season low for him in conference. Joe Toussaint gives you 11, so welcome back to the scoring column for him. And then you get 13 from your bench in McMillan and Jennings. So, just an overall balanced game, and they find a way to win when Pop Isaacs had a tough day from the field. He's 2 of 13, 1 of 5 from 3, so very encouraging.
Yeah, and I do think the length and the defensive presence from UCF was had a lot to do with that Pop Isaacs struggle today. But once again, the Red Raiders do get the victory today, 66-59. Blake, I do want to highlight a couple other things while we're looking at the box score here, and that would be not only Darion Williams, but Joe Toussaint has struggled in the Big 12, right? But we've been
Agreed.
vocal about that he needed to have a bounce back game, and let's give him a little bit of kudos here as he's back in double figures.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Joe Toussaint was really good tonight. Obviously made 2 big free throws late when drew contact with I think 40 seconds left in the game to give him a 7-point lead. So that was a really nice play by him. And just getting back on track in the right direction, TJ. And again, I keep coming back to finding ways to win in this conference. And Tech, I think we can all agree, is a team that relies on the 3 ball a lot, right? They've got a lot of guys that can shoot it well. Obviously, Pop Isaac shoots it. Chance McMillan can shoot it. Kerwin Walton shoots it. Toussaint can, depending on the night, can shoot it. They didn't shoot. Yeah, Darion Williams can shoot it. I didn't even think about him. Look, they didn't shoot the ball great tonight, TJ. 33% from 3, 7 of 21. The volume was there as normal, and they won. So, that's a little bit below their average. And whenever you can find ways to win when you're not having your best night, that's encouraging.
Well, let's just keep it moving here as the Red Raiders get the victory here on the Nation's post-game show. Big game coming up Monday night. I mean, welcome. This league doesn't get any easier as the Jayhawks come to Lubbock.
TJ, they got 2 tough games in a row. This week is as tough of a week as anybody in college basketball is going to have. They get to host Kansas on Monday night, as you just mentioned, and then they get to turn around on Saturday and go to Ames, Iowa. and go play in the grindhouse that is Iowa State, which that's an incredibly difficult game. So, TJ, I think they've got a very good shot Monday night. I think they can beat Kansas at home. I think they should have beaten Kansas at home last year, and a year that we weren't very good. Remember, that's the game Pop Isaac got hammered on the last possession of the last shot of the game at the very end of the game. They didn't call it in typical Kansas fashion. But I think they can beat Kansas. And if you can find a way to go 1-1 this week, win either of these two games, that'd be outstanding.
No doubt about it. And Blake, I mean, look, I want to point out, I saw a lot of people on Twitter. I want to get your reaction to it. The UCF guys kind of slapping the floor. I grew up in an era where that was Michael Jordan, right? That was the New York Knicks. That was the Duke Blue Devils,
That's where he got it. That's where he
Duke,
got it
North
from. The coach,
Carolina.
yeah, he got that from Coach K, the old Duke slap the floor thing. Which, look, I think it's ridiculous, frankly. But it is what it is. You can tell Dawkins played for Coach K, and that's where he got it from. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of the whole let's slap the floor thing. I mean, Tech had an elite defense for 6-7 years under Beard and Adams, and I don't remember us ever doing the whole slap the floor thing. You just buckle down and play defense. So
Yeah, no, I mean that's more our age difference is
yeah,
because I grew up watching like those Pat Riley Knicks teams and the Bulls go at it, and I mean, yeah, it just reminded me of my younger days. But once
I hear
again,
you.
welcome to this week's edition of TJ is old. So,
Hey, I
once
remember
again,
I was a '90s kid as well. I remember watching the second three-peat for Jordan. I did not
yeah,
see the first three-peat, but I was 7, 8, and 9 years old for the second three-peat, so I do remember that one.
yes, well, and that's the second three-peat was when the Knicks were real good.
Yes,
So
because they'd
with Pat
always
Riley.
beat the Knicks, and then it seems like what was it, back-to-back years they beat the Jazz. So
Yeah, with Malone and Stockton. But anyway, that's another podcast for another time. But Blake, post game show here for the nation, TJ and Blake, and man, not too much to say. I think we kind of covered it. You got to win. It was an ugly win, but you're counting W's, like we've said on the podcast recently. And I am looking forward to Monday night. As man, the Kansas Tech game in Lubbock is always a fun time.
it's a good game every time, TJ. It always seems like it's close. Let's find a way to get it done on Monday. I think if they're in really good shape for the field, TJ, to make the tournament. But I think a win on Monday against Kansas would all but solidify their ticket and punch their ticket and turn them from in the field to a quote unquote lock because it would give them one more signature quad 1A win. And let's hope they can go do it.
All righty. Well, Tech gets the victory over UCF tonight, 66-59, improving their record to 17-6 on the year, 6-4 in the Big 12. Blake, how do we get out of here?
Wreck them.
Wreck 'em. We'll talk to you guys after the game on Monday night.